Bob, thank you for having us out here to your ranch today. Bob, just start off by telling me a little bit about the ranch and your family history, if you would.
Well, I was born and raised in Challis, Custer County, and pretty proud of it. And I come from several generations of ranchers that were early pioneer ranch families in Custer County and Round Valley, both on my mother's side and my father's side. But I grew up totally involved in the work of the ranch from the time I was 4 years old on. We participated in all the ranch work. And we raised 2 daughters on the ranch, and we wanted them to grow up the way we grew up. Our family philosophy has always been that we want the ranch to be better next year than it is this year, better this year than it was last year.
Sure.
Never stop improving.
So the ranch is a little over 1,400 acres. You love it here, and so you guys are going to keep a couple hundred acres that is separate from the ranch. That's where your house is at. Tell me a little bit more about the ranch operation in terms of how you guys operate it with your irrigation and your cows and that sort of thing.
It comes right down to a very basic fundamental principle. We like happy cows. So whatever we do, we make sure we feed enough, we make sure we grow enough forage for them so they're never unhappy, summer, winter, fall, or spring.
What about in terms of your production? You get 2 cuttings off of here and then you're able to turn the cows back out.
Yeah, Challis is high desert country as far as climate goes. But we're fortunate, the higher elevation, you don't get as many crops, but the hay crops that you do produce are very fine stemmed, high quality alfalfa hay, alfalfa grass combination hay for stock cows is great. We produce probably average 4.5 tons to the acre of forage, and we produce each year between 1,800 and 2,000 ton of hay. So we've been running 500 pair on the ranch, plus selling several hundred ton of hay as well. So it's very productive.
Very productive. You're not having to buy hay somewhere else.
And it's not dependent on federal leases or federal range lands. It's all inside the fence. It's all contiguous.
The location of the ranch is right between Highway 93. About half of it is on the west side and then the other half is on the east side. Right now we're down by the Salmon River, and the Salmon River with some BLM ground borders up to the ranch. So the location and the views that we have down here are just beautiful.
Well, it's the longest free-flowing river in the continental U.S.
And the Salmon River starts up in Stanley and flows through here, and it's good fishing. There's salmon season right now.
Right now, very strong steelhead runs come up here, steelhead seasons, and trout, cutthroat, rainbow trout.
One thing that we're proud of at this ranch, and you guys are proud of at this ranch, is the amount of water that you have. We're selling 1,400 acres here, but we've got 2,100 acres of water rights available.
Yeah, we're very fortunate on our water rights. We get part of our water out of Salmon River and part out of Challis Creek. Quite a lot of the pasture, which is strictly for grazing, is irrigated pasture with flood irrigation. And the alfalfa is mostly center pivot irrigated. The quality and production produced by the pivot irrigation when you're growing a crop to harvest is amazing. And we're fortunate here with the pivots that we have, almost all of it is gravity flow pressure. So it eliminates the electric bill of a pump. I brought my wife into this country in 1976. My wife grew up on a farm in Twin Falls, so she knew what farming was all about. We brought our 2 daughters up, doing the same thing. They participated in the work of the ranch. And you teach your kids the virtues of hard work, confidence and honesty, and then they learn the rewards that you benefit from that.
And you can see that when you're going around out here. There's pride of ownership. People that own homes, they talk about pride of ownership. Well, this ranch has pride of ownership, and you pull off the highway and you look in here and you see that.
For more information or private qualified showing, please call Austin Callison today at 208-870-1757.